I don't know why I did. I did it. I'm sorry. I'm addicted. I can't help myself. I bought Madden. I couldn't help it. I'm the reason why this game is ass. Because I'm fucking stupid and I buy it anyway. That's neither here nor there, though. That has nothing to do with this video. The purpose of this video is to talk about the absolutely fucking horrible Face of the Franchise mode. Okay? First of all, the main thing I hate about the Face of the Franchise, right, is like it's like a non-stop marathon. There's no dashboard for you to see your high school games or your stats or whatever. There's no fucking dashboard in college. You know why there's not? Because you play a grand total of between 3 or 5 college games. Or 6, actually, I'm sorry. If you decide to stay for your senior year. This fucking game mode is absolute garbage. You know why? The story makes no fucking sense. Let me paint the picture for you. Right? So basically you walk onto a high school football team, which are the same logos and everything that were in the relocation mode for about fucking 5 years. That's regardless. That's beside, you have to get past that first. I couldn't type in the name of my team or get the correct mascot for my high school team despite being the Hawks. And the only bird I could choose is the fucking Eagles, which was our rival. So I had to be the Mineola Eagles, and if you're from my hometown, you know that makes no fucking sense. They didn't give me enough characters to write Lake Mineola in there either. So that's besides the point. You basically walk onto the team. The starting quarterback is a complete fucking douchecock. Right? He's like, oh, this is my team. He has some type of fucking heart disease to where, or whatever. He has got some fucking heart disease. Whatever. You go into the game, right? And you play, and they're supposed to be like ready for a state championship or some shit like that, right? So I step into the game. I score. I almost win the game because we were down by 3. No, we were down by, it was like 6-9, 6-13. I score a bunch of times. We end up losing 24-21. Right? Which doesn't matter because 2 weeks later, which doesn't make sense in the timeline of high school football playoffs, because if we just lost 2 weeks before the state championship, we were probably in the playoffs, and that means we were out of the playoffs. But regardless, somehow we made the state championship. I proceed to score 84 points in the state championship. My offense scores 84 points. There's no stat tracking, of course, which pisses me off because I'm convinced that I had fucking 8 or 9 touchdowns and like 600 yards, but that's regardless, okay? So then, you know, you win the state championship, which wasn't a challenge because I think they put the Face of the Franchise mode on rookie difficulty, so you're not going to have any problem scoring points, which is only going to make the story make less sense, and I'll get to that in a second. Here we go. Then, the douchebag quarterback who was out because of a heart injury suddenly comes back the next season. He's like, oh, I'm coming back, you know, as a wide receiver. So you play one more high school game after that. It's the showcase, the Midwest showcase, whatever. And you meet Soup Dog. Okay. Whatever. So we proceed to score another fucking... Hold on. No. We scored... we scored 90 points. It was like a basketball game, the way we were scoring points. I had 11 touchdowns. This douche quarterback who turned into a wide receiver, that was the part I didn't tell you. He transferred positions because you had the dialogue option of either being like, yeah, you can have your team back, or no, dumbass, I just led this team to a state championship. I'm starting next year. So I picked the second option, and then I'm going to start at quarterback. So he moves to wide receiver. I proceed to throw him 5 touchdowns because he's like, just make sure and make it up to me and get me, you know, my stats or whatever and prove to the scouts or whatever. I should have fucking thrown him 0 touchdowns. Regardless, then we get to the college selection. And for some reason, you're best friends with this guy. Why are you best friends with him? He's a douchebag. He's an asshole. Why are we best friends with this fucking guy? Anyway, let me plug in my computer. Fuck me. Before we die in the middle of my fucking rant. Anyway, so then I get to pick my school. And of course, my team is not one of the ones listed. Whatever. You know, they have a limited amount of fucking teams, which I think is stupid. But whatever. I decided to pick Nebraska because I'm like, there's no way this motherfucker's going to pick Nebraska. Anyway, I picked Nebraska. For some reason, he's sitting next to me. And then, you know, we're like best friends. And then they're like, oh, they ask him who he's going to pick. So this asshole takes my fucking hat. And it's like, oh, I'm going to Nebraska too. And then he's like, Batman needs his Robin. And then he whispers in my ear, you know, I'm Batman, right? Hey, asshole. The quarterback is the main guy. The wide receiver is the sidekick, you douche cock. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Because the next fucking cutscene is 2 years from now, and you're both quarterbacks again. So then, this asshole coach... Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, I skipped the part. Before you get there, there's this cutscene with Rich Eisen where the coach that recruited them is gone, and he left, and now it's this new guy who's a defensive coordinator. So then, here we go, 2 years, fast forward, we're on Nebraska for 2 years. For some reason, we're both quarterbacks. And he's like, yeah, neither one of you are starting. We're going to have a 2-quarterback system. Whatever, and then whichever one plays best will be the starter. Right, and we'll go from there. Alright, fine, asshole. I'll go ball out. So, the first game is against Florida in the Kickoff Classic, right? And we're Nebraska. I proceed to score 77 points against the University of Florida in the Kickoff Classic. 77. I throw for 6 touchdowns, I run for 2, and then our running backs have a couple. We had 1 negative play, and it was a fucking shovel pass, and the guy got tackled behind the line of scrimmage 2 yards. We had 1 negative play. Every other play was either a touchdown or a first down. We didn't even get a third down the whole game. Then this is where the story really takes a fucking turn for the stupidity. Then, all of a sudden, they fast forward to the college football playoff, and they're like, yeah, well, you started off great, but then you struggled, and there was a 2-quarterback battle, similar to the way Tom Brady did it in Michigan. Okay, are you kidding me? I just dropped 77 in the opener, and it had no effect on the entire fucking story. You know what it had effect on? 1 line. And the 1 line was, you started off good, but then you shit. So what's the point of having the story if I can't interact with it? Anyway, then, here we go. The college football playoff happens. We play Oklahoma. Guess how many points we scored? Because I started. 70-3. We won the game 70-3 in the semifinals of the college football playoff. The next cutscene is douchebag talking to me about how, oh yeah, I'm getting a start today. Even though you started last game, I'm going to start this game. If you were a head coach of a college football team and your previous quarterback just threw for 400 yards and scored 6 touchdowns while the offense scored 70 points, the defense scored 3, and all of a sudden you bench your quarterback the next game, you would be fucking fired. And then we're not even going to talk about the fact that the goddamn guys didn't even have the Nebraska jersey on. They had some generic white jersey, which they still haven't fixed. And we're how many weeks past launch at this point? Anyway, and then some douchebag guy from on the team, number 38, who also didn't have the Nebraska jersey on. It must have been a graphical glitch, which they still haven't fixed. He comes up to me, man. Oh, quit feeling sorry for yourself. That's your brother, man. No, he's not. I fucking hate this guy. He's an asshole. We're not even going to get to the fact that before the college football playoff, there was a cutscene where he was bitching at me for not putting the dishes away. And I asked him, why the fuck did you follow me to school? And then he was like, you were supposed to be my Robin to my Batman. Fuck you, I was always better than you. Why didn't you go to your own school, you cockbag? I don't know why they're trying to make us friends. I hate this guy. It doesn't make any sense in the context of this fucking story for us to be friends. We're constantly competing against each other. Then he starts the game, and then at halftime, right, because they don't let you play the first half because he's on the bench, right? At halftime, they do the, oh my God, my heart injury. Oh, I can't play. I can't breathe. You got to go in there for me, man. Let's go win this fucking football game. Okay. The score was, we were down 6-9 to Texas in the championship, which Texas in the championship, we're not even going to talk about that. But we're down 6-9 in the championship. I come in. How many points do you think we score in the second half? 39. We score 39 points in the second half. We win the game 48-30. Okay. What do you think happens next? We get the college football trophy. I visit him in the hospital, even though I'm not his friend. I hate this fucking guy. I pretend for some reason the game thinks we're best fucking friends. The game thinks we're best friends. And then here's what happens next. There's another cutscene right after this, and this is where I'm at right now, where the college football, my head coach comes into the room, and he's like, yo, you know, something you told me really hit me. Treat your players like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And I think the first thing we should do is announce a starter. Okay, coach, that really means a lot to me. Tommy is going to be the starter. Once again, let me rewind it. Tommy is going to be the starter. What? What? I scored 39 points in the second half of a championship. While Tommy, douchebag, scored 6 in the first half against Texas. I come in and score 39. He's named the starter. Oh, all of a sudden his heart condition's amazing. And then you have the tough choice of either sticking around another year and changing positions to either running back or quarterback, or you enter the draft. Which one do you think I chose? Yeah. I'm going to try and finish it. I'll make a part 2. See if it gets any better, but this is bullshit. I'm sorry. There's no fucking... This doesn't make any sense. Hey, money out.